13. What were you
I
saying?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I ain't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Fans believe that now Usher is finally defeating Diddy. There is no turning back for Puffy.
And I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I'm just going to, if I'm here, I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm going to speak up for myself now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have you think something that I hate. I hate a thief. I hate somebody that don't got, and I don't hate nobody, but that's with somebody that just got to take something that somebody else worked for just for their benefit and their family. I don't like that. Help me clear this up.
What would the lock say?
Like I spoke to the lot. Yeah, I told the lot. They gonna help me clear it up. Yeah. They know. The truth gonna be the truth. But we gonna get to the truth. As long as I'm outside, we gonna get. Not trying to start nothing with nobody. Mace, I love Mace. And I will tell anybody. Anybody thinks I owe them something, show me the receipt. You get paid in 24 hours. I will be saying something about it. I'm in amazement on what's going on in the world. But hey, who am I? I am somebody. But even I get tired of this, man. Woo! It's too much cooning and buffooning, y'all. Too much. And we all guilty of it. But damn, man. I can't believe this is what hip hop has become, man. I just can't. My mind is like blown, man. So, y'all need to watch some documentaries on hip hop. People don't even know what hip hop is. Netflix has this great documentary on hip hop, the history of hip hop. I know, I think Steve Stout did one. Fab Five. Just go to YouTube, man. Go to YouTube, man. And I'm not one to cast no stone, but damn it, I know when to stop.
Recently, there has been a complete change in Hollywood, with celebrities banding together to finally bring Diddy Combs down. Usher, too, is putting the finishing touch to Diddy's career by exposing years of evidence that he has reportedly gathered against his former mentor.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bro, I know.
Take a look.
So these artists, they're getting in the ass because that's their ritual. That's their rite of passage to get to the next level.
They this videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they give him the contract. They play the video of him getting fucked by like 3 niggas.
Everybody in the music industry that you see that's successful is a home.
I lift my wrist. Listen, Motel 6, keep on them lights, nigga.
So they get high, they get intoxicated, and they have transvestites in ass.
Yo!
They have transvestites come and videotape this shit.
Cassie is one of the few people who have gone out of their effort to reveal Diddy's actual nature after several celebrities recently talked about or recalled unpleasant incidents they had with rapper Shaw Diddy Combs, putting the internet into a complete frenzy. Usher, Justin Bieber, and Diddy's former bodyguard before becoming the prosperous man that he is. If you're a bit behind, get a gone deal today. At the age of 14, Usher first attracted Sean Diddy Combs' attention. Unaware of what he was getting himself into, the record producer P. Diddy signed Usher to Bad Boy Entertainment right away.
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying?
Take your time with it. Breathe it in. Yeah, they young when we go shoot you. You ain't for nobody else but you. You take your time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing that. You in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
According to reports, Combs took on the role of mentor and housed Usher as part of his training mentorship program, assisting Usher in breaking into the world of fame and fortune.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat, or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a limit.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp?
Hell no.
Even though Usher has lately been clean about the negative aspects of his early career, Usher's comms introduced him to drugs and crazy parties when he was younger and made him uneasy about anything, really.
And it was hard. There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. Most kids will be excited about it. Most kids are trying to figure out, how to be around, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. And I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you got to chill. Like, you're just a little bit too intense. You got to relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're going to make me a priority, too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? I think as a kid, I realized, hey, look, that's not my ring. That's not my moment. That's not my bottle. That's not my drink. That's not my celebration. So I'm not here to celebrate. I wanted people to be excited about me the way that they were excited about him. I wanted my own success. So I would stay at the studio. All of what I could absorb from being an artist, being around other performers like Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Al B. Sure at the time, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, all of these people, I would just absorb every bit of what I could get my hands on. I was just pulling everything I possibly could. There was a lesson in all of it. There was something to pull from it all because I got a chance to see a glimpse of the lifestyle, a glimpse of the idea of what it was to be successful. And part of all of this is really, if you can see it, then you should believe it.
Beyond that, Puff's former security has also produced all the receipts, this time going into great detail about the Usher Diddy situation. So after you hear Gene.
Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up with somebody that you know, and a lot of more people know, didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows, the white guy with the curly hair. What's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Yeah, man, and you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
Gene claims that Diddy has been actively involved in planning the notorious gay parties that the Hollywood elite are rumored to attend. Diddy appears to be more than just a guest there. He actively seeks out additional attendees, transforming these gatherings into an exclusive club that is only open to those who are willing to sell their souls to Diddy.
But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping. Right, he's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that. Because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said plugs, and I was like, hey yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah. You could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store.
To clear up any misconceptions additionally, Gene claims that Diddy had goals. More significantly, it appears that Diddy has been planning these gatherings not only for his own amusement, but also to try to persuade other powerful men to take part in strange behaviors, record them, and then utilize the damaging footage for his own gain.
A lot of freaky stuff is going on. You gotta use your mind. What they was doing with those plugs.
Instead of just name people, Gene and others are essentially giving audiences a close-up look at Diddy's world of bizarre baths and salacious saris.
I knew I should wait outside of Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people, and they meet them at the Turkish bath, and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath. Got that big tub at home, but you want to go? No, go ahead.
Deal claimed in a different interview that these events are a playground for Hollywood's elite, who are well-known and wealthy enough to spend a lot of money on tickets to the most unusual productions in town so they can live out their wildest fantasies. Later, Gene painted a striking portrait of Turkish baths as a common venue for gay men to have covert rendezvous. He proposed that, thanks to Diddy's organizational prowess, these exchanges are more than just hot baths. Rather, they are a part of a larger network where people meet covertly for private pursuits. Of course, the fact that some new recruits are rumored to have opted out suggests that there are more people involved than just eager participants. But the most crucial question that remains unanswered is what exactly is happening at these events to justify their outrageous cost now to support his claims. Gene revealed that Justin Bieber gained access to the private Diddy gathering you saw in the blink of an eye because to Usher's role as a matchmaker. Because of Diddy, Bieber ended up spending an inexplicable 48 hours in his home away from the prying eyes of the media. What's even worse is that no one really knows what happened during those anxious 48 hours. Meanwhile, Reggie Wright Jr. has also said that young rappers like Justin Bieber and Usher were tricked by Diddy because they were unsuspecting and that he was coerced into doing things for which he was not emotionally or psychologically ready.
I'm telling y'all, the nigga been battling with this homosexuality way before all this shit came out. Y'all be, you know, you motherfuckers like always saying, and you too, John, Reggie be lying, Reggie making up. But if y'all go and listen to my videos before, y'all see I done spoke on all this bull before. Been telling y'all, Puffy Combs is a fucking homosexual. Any man sitting paying a motherfucking meal to come and watch him have sex with his girl is a weirdo. Now I know y'all be like, well, you don't watch porn, you don't watch porn. No, number one, I don't pay a motherfucking man to come and watch me or let me watch them a man. I mean, a girl. I ain't gonna pay no man to do that. And generally, if I'm watching, it's girl on girl. That's just my taste. But yeah, that's crazy. But I've been telling y'all that it's gay. It's gay. But when you have to have these females around, you gotta hide that crazy fantasy. I got Gene done told y'all. They're going to buy plugs. Females that play with and plugs and all that, they want their own. They want that shit broken out brand new or new for you that don't know. They don't. You go break out a though that you've been having laying around the house or something like that. Let's just be like, get that shit away from me. You better break it out of some plastic. How I know? I used to date. Don't do that no more. I am a happily married man now. But that's how that shit goes, y'all. That's how that shit goes. Puffy is a weirdo. Been telling y'all he's a weirdo. But now that it's out, everybody else can benefit from the stories. But Gene been telling y'all. That's one thing I give him credit for. He been telling y'all. He ain't been saying no words like I just harshly said it. But, dude, man. The dude, it's gonna come out. Usher, somebody gonna come out and tell y'all these stories. It's just a matter of time.
According to Reggie, this is also a factor in Usher's admission that, despite doing the best he could at the time, he now regrets some of the decisions he made. Usher is currently being criticized for not being the best role model, saying that he felt compelled to fire Combs in order to forge his own identity, pursue his career on his own terms, and stop being someone's property because it's pretty well known what happens when you speak out against Hollywood elites. Jaguar, that concludes today's video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below for more updates. Wright seems to have implied that Combs was accountable for a number of deaths, primarily those of young musicians who wanted to come out and express their distaste for the rapper Diddy but didn't seem to want anything to do with him. Press the bell symbol.